Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Grayson Whaley alongside John Broyles bringing you here to center field for Senior Day. It's a matchup between the visiting Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs and your Bryan College Lions. JB, could be the last time in the booth with you, but let's have a fun time up here.
Let's do it. I'm telling you, I think the allergies might be acting up in a little bit, but you know what? A nice baseball game on a beautiful sunny day might help fix that a little bit.
Absolutely. It is a great day to play baseball here in Mountain Estate in Tennessee. As I said, it's a matchup between Bryan College and Tennessee Wesleyan. Usually you'd see this on the weekend, JB, but being that it's kind of one of those off years, these teams aren't actually considered conference opponents until the tournament. So it's just a regular old midweek this week. It won't count against conference standings, but it is a matchup between the 14th and the 3rd ranked teams in the country, one of the NAIA midweek games of the day.
Yeah, no, if this doesn't get your blood pumping for some midweek baseball, I don't know what will. I mean, a rivalry game, crosstown rival, whatever you want to call it. It is a this is what baseball is all about right here.
Absolutely. Just across the Tennessee River is Tennessee Wesleyan University, about 30 minutes outside of the campus of Bryan College, and it is a good day to play baseball. We're going to run through the lineup real quick. First for the Bulldogs of TWU. It's Carson Ford leading it off, batting second Dan Sire, batting third Marco Martinez, batting fourth Andre Tarver, batting fifth Cody McGill, batting sixth Cale Webster, batting seventh Parker Stinnett, batting eighth Evan McGill, batting ninth Braxton Turner, and on the bump will be Alex Wise. On the bump for the Lions is Ethan Walls, and we'll run through those defensive lineups left to right. In the infield is Lofton, Marquez, Cahoon, and Cooper. In the outfield left to right is Prince Jr., Dryden, and Ogg. And behind the dish, of course, is the senior Parker Cosby. JB, we're ready for baseball here in Dayton, Tennessee. First pitch lifted high and deep, but foul.
Ooh, a loud strike to start the game. Golly.
What a way to get going. That's Carson Ford. Of course, you will run through this lineup, JB. This is the 3rd best team in the country. They're going to have some really good players all through the starting 9.
Yeah, no, from both sides today, we got some pretty electric stats on the offensive side. I mean, 310 batting average, 50 home runs on the year for Tennessee Wesleyan, where Bryan, we're closer to that 329 mark with 94 home runs, which we kind of hit on in the past couple weeks. That's pretty decent.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good enough for second in the NAI, just behind top-ranked Southeastern. It'll be senior Ethan Walls on the bump today, struggling a little bit against leadoff hitter Ford, down 3-1. Here's the pitch. That misses high, so the leadoff walk for Tennessee Wesleyan gets them rolling. So leadoff hitter on, that brings up number 3, Dan Sire, who'll be playing shortstop in today's game. First pitch kind of sticks the bat just out there, and it gets by Marquez at short. So back-to-back hitters on base.
Yeah, very aggressive approach so far. We've kind of hit on the past when we've talked about Ethan Walls. He's definitely a guy that fills up the strike zone a lot. Sometimes that works well for him. He's able to get some quick innings, and on the flip side of that, sometimes hitters will take that to their advantage with a very aggressive approach, and you kind of see Wesleyan doing that just even with that first swing of the game.
Yeah, Walls started the season as our day one starter against Freed Hardman, and he struggled a little bit throughout the season, but he gets the start here on Senior Day.
Yeah, he's definitely been doing a little bit better of late. Definitely had his off-speed has been a little bit more competitive, finding a little bit more corners lately, and you'd like to see him kind of find it right here.
0-1 against Martinez. Sends it the other way, foul. We know it's Senior Day here on the Hill, JB, but this is a game that the Lions really want. We won the first one against them this year in another midweek. Probably close to a month ago now. And they'd love to take the series with this win here.
Yeah, no, that's a huge momentum swing. And on the flip side of that, I mean, you look at Tennessee Wesleyan. There's the ball right there. You got to feel like there's nothing they like more to kind of have a little bit of a revenge this game, kind of, find a way to get ahead early and just kind of wear them out a little bit.
1-2 count against Martinez. He digs in. Walls comes set. Here's the offering. Sent the other way, right by Bass into the right field out there to Og. They're going to hold up the runner at third, but that loads the bases for Andre Tarver.
Yeah, just a really good piece of hitting right there. Stay inside the ball. Definitely see why Wesleyan's one of the top-ranked teams so far.
Absolutely. They can spray it around with the best of them. So the first three hitters reach. And the cleanup hitter, Andre Tarver, will have his work ahead of him. That one misses low. You know, JB, for the Lions, we've talked about their offense pretty much all year. They've been firing on all cylinders. But still, you don't want to give up too many here in the first. You'd like to just kind of keep it at 1 or 2, or if your wall is nothing, if you can just get out of here just keeping them held at bay, then that's definitely ideal.
Yeah, right now if you can find a way to just keep them to a single run right here, try not to get crooked numbers up on the board, you feel like that's got to be a huge win right now. Obviously not looking too promising getting down on him 2-1 right here, but just find a way to get a ground ball, see if we can't roll a double play.
The pitch to Tarver sends it into right field. It's going to bang up against the wall. That's going to score 1 run. It's going to score. There's going to be a play at the plate. And he's going to call him out at home plate. What a throw and relay out there from right field.
Yeah, really great play by Og. Really played that off the fence very well. And, great tag by Parker. From up here, we don't have the best angle, and I kind of thought he missed him. But, hey, great play all around.
Yeah, I thought he missed him as well. Of course, it's huge for Bryan for them to only score 1 right there, especially with a double to the wall. That brings up Cody McGill. He's the DH for today's game. 2 on, only 1 down. Walls with the pitch. That's in there for a strike. Nothing in 1. That one misses wide. Even 1-1. McGill, just a freshman, hitting .333 on the year.
Yeah, looking at these batting averages, just the first 6 guys right here, they have some pretty astronomical numbers. I think it's at least 2 guys with a .360 batting average or better, and obviously got some home run totals up there that just kind of match that. Like Carson Ford's got 10 on the year. Same with Sire.
Yeah, and McGill's not played in 10 games, so barring any injury, it would seem that the freshman has just kind of made his way into the lineup and batting 5-hole. The 2-2 pitch from Walls. Sent the other way, foul. Still 2 runners on, both in scoring position. Only 1 down for the Lions. The 2-2 pitch from Walls. The backdoor breaker has him waving at it for strike 3. So a big out number 2 for Walls and the Lions. And that'll bring up Cale Webster.
Yeah, I mean, you got to feel like if we find a way to get an out right here, that's just a huge momentum swing. You get the bases loaded, especially that quickly with the first batter walk, 2 straight hits. It would just be a huge momentum shift here.
Another backdoor breaker that opens the door. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch from Walls. And that one apparently misses outside.
Definitely being a little bit more aggressive with that off-speed pitch, especially after 2 straight first pitch swinging on fastballs.
He's been able to locate on that outside corner as well. That's been nice. This one rolled over to Cahoon at second. The flip to first for out number 3. So only 1 run scored for Tennessee Wesleyan in the top of the first despite the bases being juiced. That'll send us to the bottom half of the first. We'll be back. Top of the lineup for the Lions here in the bottom half. Cosby, Ogg, Lofton. This is the lineup that seems to have kind of established itself over the last couple weeks, JB, to kind of be the run-producing lineup.
Yeah, no, we've seen kind of Parker and Bobo have been kind of living in that 1-3 spot all year. But Devin Ogg has really just kind of established himself in that spot as well, and obviously kind of had a backside grand slam in his last outing, and just really proven himself as a good bat in the lineup.
Absolutely. This one catches the outside corner, says the home plate umpire. It's Alex Wise on the bump today. He's got a 5.11 ERA for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Yeah, we were just talking in the break. I think we saw him last time we faced him over at Wesleyan.
As you mentioned, JB, over the break, he's got a real whippy arm action, and that can sometimes be an issue for hitters.
Yeah, you can kind of see some arm side running on up here. I would imagine, and again, we don't have the scouting report in front of us, but I think he's kind of a upper eights guy, kind of 87, 89.
2-1 pitch misses inside to Cosby, makes it 3-1. Thank you for tuning into this presentation of Bryan College Baseball. It's a beautiful afternoon on a Tuesday in Dayton, Tennessee at center field. Cosby sends this one into the afternoon sky. He'll have to battle the sun out there in left field, but Ford hangs with it for out number 1. Cosby appeared to just miss that one, JB.
Yeah, no, kind of hit it up the elevator shaft. What is it, a major league pop, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, just a little bit under it, and that's a little bit of a promising first AB, especially getting ahead like that.
So Devin Ogg at the plate for the Lions. Wise misses wide. Count is 1-0. Wise with the pitch. Outside corner called a strike.
Yeah, kind of we were talking with Tennessee Wesleyan, our first three guys. They their stat line's not too shabby either. We got Parker Cosby with a ridiculous 565 on base percentage and a 387, or probably closer to 385 right now after that pop up or fly ball. Bobo obviously with his 483 batting average, which we'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, now we got some pretty good boppers on both sides in this game.
Absolutely. 1-2 to Ogg. Pitch from Wise misses outside. I think we're back. We had a little bit of an issue there. Hopefully we're live. Make sure we're not frozen up here.
Yeah, no, I believe we're live.
Sorry about that. As Ogg strikes out for out number 2.
I believe that's on a 3-2 count. I think the only thing you guys would have missed was a ball 3 followed by a strike 3 right there.
So Bryson Lofton at the plate again. Apologies for the technical issues there.
Got some food trucks trying to plug in. Keep the fans happy.
Lofton shoots this one the other way. So a 2-out single for the Lions. He just doesn't quit, does he?
It does not matter who it is. I can tell you that. He shows up in midweeks. He shows up on any day ending in Y.
So it's typically the switch-hitting slugger Bass Cooper, but he's kind of just stayed over there on the right side after last week.
Yeah, we're kind of making some jokes about it this last weekend, and I believe he hit a first-pitch bomb with it.
This one through the 6-hole. So back-to-back singles for the Lions has them rolling in the bottom half of the first. So Daniel Dryden will stroll to the plate. He's second on the team in home runs with 13. And there's several guys in double digits or right there close to it.
Yeah, no, he's one of those guys. He got really hot earlier in the year and kind of cooled off, but he seemed to find it right here.
This one's shot down the line. That's going to score Lofton. Cooper chugging around. He's heading to third. So a 2-out RBI double for Daniel Dryden ties it up here in the first.
Great bounce back inning right here from Bryan so far. You got to love that. I mean, that's 3 straight first pitch swinging, 3 straight first pitch swinging hits.
So Bradley Prince Jr. makes his way to the dish, and he'll see if he can score both of these runners with 2 down. Wise the pitch. That misses outside. Count 1-0 to Prince Jr. Wise comes set. Defense playing straight up. Here's the pitch. That misses outside as well, so Prince way ahead here. Wise gets the sign from Turner behind the dish, comes set. The 2-0 offering. That misses low and inside.
You giving him the green light right here?
I think I am. Early into the game, if he grooves one down the middle, you have a chance to score 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that call right here. I'm willing to take that back if he rolls over and grounds out and ends the inning, though.
The 3-0 pitch, that misses wide. So green light or not, he'll get the base on balls. Loads the bases up for Owen Naparowski.
Just, almost a full inning into this game. It looks like we're going to be in for a treat.
Yeah, it's a 9-inning game here, and if it holds the way it started, that scoreboard's going to be all full by the time we get out of here. Naparowski at the plate. Big at-bat for the Lions and the Bulldogs. The pitch from Wise. Big swing and a miss. Mr. Naparowski told me to give his family a shout-out, so thank you to the Naparowski family for viewing from Canada. We appreciate your North American support. The 0-1 pitch. Up the middle, Wise snags it. Over to first for the third and final out. So they match Wesleyan in the bottom half, 1-1 as we go to the top of the second. Stay tuned. One to one as we head into the top of the second. Again, thank you for your viewership today. It's a beautiful day in Dayton, Tennessee. Grayson Whaley alongside John Broyles bringing you Bryan College baseball.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. They didn't decide to give us any clouds today. Just a perfect blue sky. Oh, it's terrible.
No wind. What a day.
Yeah, where are the 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts when you need them?
First pitch misses wide. That's Parker Stinnett at the plate, who's playing third base today. 1-0 pitch. That one misses as well. And it's all full down the road here, JB.
This is the most packed we've had our student section in a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
They must have heard a couple all-stars were dressing out today, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't see because we're behind the camera, but JB and I actually have a jersey on today in case this game gets out of hand. Maybe they'll give us the nod to get a pinch hit or something.
Yeah, I texted Cody pregame. I was like, if we put up 20, all you got to do is give me a text, and I'll just rumble down the hill up there and get an AB.
Walls, the 2-2 pitch. That one shot out of a cannon into the gap. Cuts it off. He's going to fire one to the cutoff, and Cahoon can't handle it. So he slides in there for a leadoff double.
Kind of sitting on that off-speed pitch, it looked like. Ogg did a really good job of cutting that ball off. Just couldn't really make a great throw over there to Cade.
So leadoff hitter at second, Evan McGill at the dish. He's playing first today. No shortage of hits so far in this game.
Yeah, if you like hits, you might be in the right spot today. I mean, I already got 4 on Wesleyan side, 3 on our side. It's going to be an interesting day. Wouldn't be surprised to see if we get our bullpen rolling just a little bit here, too.
Yeah, I'm with you, JB. Wouldn't be surprised at that at all. The 1-1 pitch misses outside. Wall struggling a little bit to get that fastball kind of over his glove side.
Yeah, a little gun shy maybe. Kind of got pieced up on a couple of them. Kind of just looks a little hesitant with that. I mean, still kind of has a good feel for that curveball, but a team like Wesleyan, they can just sit on that.
2-1 pitch. Backdoor breaker turns the knob for strike 2.
Do you double up on that?
I think you have to. Stinnett at second in scoring position. No outs. Here's the pitch sent the other way.
And
Prince is struggling with the sun out there, drops in front of him. So a single there for McGill. Has him cooking with runners at the corners.
Yeah, it's kind of the unfortunate time of night to be here on the center field. That left field gets to be a little bit of a nightmare. Kind of saw it in that fly ball that Parker hit in that first inning.
You said last week, JB, that you would argue it's the hardest position to play when it's this time of the day.
Yeah, just here. Like I'm willing to admit that catcher's probably harder, but yeah, no, here at this time of day it gets a little rough.
So runners at the corner, still no outs. It'll be catcher Braxton Turner at the plate. Walls, the breaking ball, swings at it for strike number 1.
You may not have seen that, but that's okay.
Checks on the runner over there at first. The 0-1 pitch misses. I bet Walls would like to get a ground ball double play here.
Yeah, it kind of feels a little bit like deja vu. I mean, obviously a double was started off instead of a walk, but it kind of getting really quickly in some dangerous territory right here.
1-1 pitch. This is high and tight. The 2-1 offering, breaking ball in there, strike 2. You'd like to get that first out, especially before that lineup flips over to Carson Ford.
Yeah, that's on the back of his mind right here. I mean, obviously he's no slouch of an out and Turner either, but it's got to be in your back of your mind. That lineup change is about to come up here real quick.
Yeah, Ford on deck hitting 360.
Big
good swing, strike 3. So 1 down, runner still at the corners. Flips the lineup over to Carson Ford, as I mentioned, hitting 360 on the year with 10 jacks from the leadoff position.
Yeah, he's definitely a name. My 4 years being here, I've kind of heard it on repeat. I think, he's a senior this year. He's been plaguing the Lions for quite a while now.
Yo-O pitch misses low to Ford. Walls come set. Rolls it over to Cahoon at second. Flip to second. Oh, he can't handle it out there. It gets by Marquez. Tried too quickly for the turn, perhaps.
Yeah, it just looked like he was kind of rushing. And obviously, kind of known Carson's got pretty good wheels on him, just trying to, make a play instead of just getting that one out right there.
In all fairness, it looked like the ball might have popped out of Cahoon's glove just a little bit early. You kind of wonder if he didn't get a good handle on it. The throw appeared to be a tad wide to Marquez, but nonetheless.
Pulled him off just a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Nonetheless, 2 runners on with only 1 down. The 1-0 pitch in there for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch. Another great breaking ball for strike 2. Walls has that thing spinning up there.
Yeah, no, kind of leaving that fastball up a little bit now. Kind of mentioned kind of missing the zone with that, but he's definitely got a pretty good feel for the off speed right now.
Count 1-2. That one misses just high and tight. I like the fastball in there on the inside part. Just didn't quite execute on location.
Yeah, no, definitely living a little high and tight on these guys. Pretty good for tunneling. Obviously, it's a little bit of a high-risk kind of situation.
2-2 pitch. This one through the 6-hole into left field, and they're going to score their man from second. So Prince Jr. didn't get a handle on one out there and left. So that makes the score 3-1, Wesleyan leading. That's just a couple tough plays there for the Lions that has really just kind of given Wesleyan these 2 runs in the top.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like that almost turned double play is kind of a little bit of a gut punch if you're Walls. You get a pretty good pitch of a very good hitter and, don't get any outs to show for it. And kind of the same situation right there where they obviously didn't get an out either way from it, but, a potential from holding the guy to bases loaded here.
So 2 runners on, still only 1 out for 3-hole Marco Martinez. In there for strike 2. Or strike 1, rather. Sorry about that. Walls comes set, checks on the runner at second. Here's the pitch. That one to Marquez at short. The 6-4. No, it gets by Cooper. A bad throw from Cahoon. And that's going to score another run for Tennessee Wesleyan. So 3 kind of tough plays for the Lions defensively have really given Tennessee Wesleyan their 3 runs on a platter.
Yeah, and you really, you don't want to play tight or anything like that, but against good teams like Wesleyan, you got to find a way to even just kind of calm down, take a deep breath. Even if you're just forcing yourself to get 1 out right there, just don't rush. Don't try to make a superhero type play, and you hate to see Cade kind of throw that one away.
Cahoon had a ton of time at second. The runner was only about 3/4 of the way by the time he made the throw. Coach Mack with the mound visit. They break the huddle, and they'll try at this last out here in the top of the second.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate inning for Walls. I mean, he's looked pretty good. Obviously, we've kind of been touching on how good that off-speed pitch has been looking. Just kind of getting sometimes you get baseballed a little bit, kind of nickel and dime, and yeah, that's baseball, I guess.
Death by 1,000 cuts, perhaps, is Wesleyan's method here today. That curveball doesn't catch the zone.
Yeah, Wall's already up to 45 pitches right here. I mean, just when you leave outs on the field, it's hard to get out there quickly.
This one shot up the gut. The diving Cahoon can't get to it. Into center field for a 2-out RBI single.
Yeah, definitely has the making of a high-scoring game right now.
Maybe the Lions can give them another match here in the bottom of the second. Good lead over there from Tarver. Fastball misses wide to McGill. The 1-0 pitch sends it the other way, foul. Count even at 1, 2 down. Checks on him at first. This one misses low. Count 2-1. Two balls and a strike, 2 down. Cody McGill at the plate. Another check at first.
Yeah, definitely keeping Tarver close over there.
He's getting pretty aggressive leads.
Yeah. Also, kind of see some movement down in the bullpen, see someone tossing.
Big swing, misses strike 2.
Wouldn't be surprised if they try to get a couple more outs of him out of next inning, see if he can't get something, and first sign of danger, kind of pull the plug.
Yeah, I think you may be right on there. 2-2 pitch just misses. So Tarver will be taken off. I actually got word before the game that Tarver was drafted out of high school by the Atlanta Braves, but turned it down and committed to Mississippi State, and things didn't work out there. So here he is at Tennessee Wesleyan. Big swing there from McGill, comes up empty for strike 3, and the Lions finally get out of the top of the second, but not before Wesleyan scores 4. They're up 5-1. We're back. It's 8-9-1 for the Lions. That's Marquez, Cahoon, Cosby. These bottom two guys, JB, they've done some damage over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, I think both with Columbia International and Kentucky Christian, I believe they were just kind of leading the charge for us.
Yeah, they really were. Marquez nearly swings his helmet off his head there. Count even 1-1 to Marquez. Wise comes set. The offering. That misses outside. So far, the umpire has seemed pretty true to the zone. He's not giving a ton off the plate.
Yeah, kind of consistent both sides, too. I think there's only one pitch where I might have disagreed just a little bit, but Hey, that's pretty good for this level.
Yeah. Count 3-1 here. I wouldn't mind seeing Marquez just take one here.
Yeah. Some people have called him an aggressive hitter and, kind of been made fun of for it in the past. So, oh, there you go.
This one's dribbled over to the third baseman across the diamond for the first out.
Yeah, for viewers at home, last week someone, might have been me, was kind of making fun of the fact that he is a very aggressive hitter, and he proceeded to hit a backside bomb on the next pitch. So kind of got my foot in my mouth after that.
It's Cade Cahoon at the plate for the Lions. Wise with the pitch, misses high. Wise has had 10 appearances. He's got an 0-1 record. Of course, I mentioned earlier a 5.11 ERA. That's through 12 and a third innings. So he's not had a ton of time on the bump today, or this year rather. But he's getting some action today.
You can definitely tell he's got the stuff. Kind of living fastball heavy at the moment right here, but
he seems a little bit wild, but that can come with kind of that whippy arm action.
Mm-hmm.
Count 3-0 to Cahoon. Here's the pitch, and that gets him on the backside. That's always the worst when it's going to be ball four and it hits you anyway.
Yeah, no, you can't really get out of the way of that one either. That's an unfortunate feeling. I mean, I guess kind of pads those stats though. I know a guy in high school. I swear he probably got hit with like 7 3-0 fastballs, 3-1 fastballs, or anything like that. And I think he broke our high school record for hit by pitches, and it's just like just because they didn't want to give you that walk. Oh,
there always seems to be a guy on. Whoa, hold on a second. Wise is quickly pulled out of the game.
Might be getting a Johnny Holstaff, maybe.
Maybe so. So, a quick trigger for Alex Wise, with one down in the bottom of the second, and that'll send us to a break. We'll be back. So, new pitcher in for Tennessee Wesleyan, it's Carter Ganaway. JB, you have his stats over there. You can break it down for us.
Yeah, seems like one of their guys. He's had 42.1 innings this year, 9.78 Ks per 9, and a 2.55 ERA.
Wow.
Now, I know
Impressive.
some people try to move away from the ERA, but I think at this level, it's a pretty good, descriptive stat, I guess.
Especially when you get into the 30, 40 innings range. When you're at like 10, it can be pretty deceiving. The 1-0 pitch to Cosby in there for strike one.
Someone tell the people pieing our professors that there's a game going on.
A lot of festivities happening here at Bryan College for senior day, of course. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and miss from Cosby. Strike two.
I believe this Ganaway is another guy that we faced last time we were out here. I do not have the stat record on that, but
The 1-2 pitch, that misses.
generally, as I'm working the Game Changer app, if one of our grad assistants has his name in there, it usually means he played.
Yeah. Count 2-2. Here's the pitch. Big swing from Cosby, lifted into left field, and it's fair. Just falls in front of the fence. He's going to hold Cahoon at third, but it's a one-out double for senior Parker Cosby.
Yeah, he just always finds a way. I mean, you can't talk enough about number 5. I mean, he just freshman year raked, sophomore year raked. It's just every time he's at the plate, you know, it's just doing a lot of damage. And obviously, when you start getting a batting average around 400 and on-base percentage almost near 600, you know, you're usually doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's certainly been the case for him this year. 2 runners in scoring position for Devin Ogg. It'll be a righty on lefty matchup for Carter Ganaway. Thinks about it, holds up, ball one.
Yeah, I'd love to see Ogg find a way to get on right here for Bobo.
The pitch. That one misses high. Yeah, you're exactly right. If you can get Ogg on, Bobo might just clear him with one swing. And it's not past Ogg to do the same here. The 2-0 pitch from Ganaway. Thinks about it, holds up. They call it a ball on the inside part. That's a pitcher's pitch right there, JB.
Yeah, you got to feel like he's wanting that pitch right now. I mean, 2-0 count, make a really good pitch like that. You kind of want to get that rewarded.
The 3-0 pitch on its way. That one misses as well. So 4 straight balls to Devin Ogg. That loads the bases for Bryson Lofton, and there's nowhere to put him.
This is what the fans want right here. We probably talk about Bobo a little bit too much, but he's kind of beyond hyperbole. He got a 483 batting average, probably 485 after that last hit, and 19 home runs in the season. And
leads the conference in both of those statistical areas as well as RBIs.
Yeah, folks, that's pretty good.
Ganaway comes set. He has a challenge, only one down, bases loaded. Bryson Lofton at the plate. Sends it straight into the air, flirting with foul territory. It's coming back and caught out there from Parker Stinnett.
Well, that's not what the fans wanted, but, you know. Still got a couple good bats coming up right here. Righty Bass, as people have come to call him. Obviously swinging a bit of a hot bat right here.
So bases still loaded, 2 down now. Cooper at the plate. Big at bat for the Lions. That one misses outside. He actually was told that him hitting last week, this year has been the first time ever he's ever hit righty on righty in his life.
You couldn't tell. I mean, first time I think he hit a double off the wall, kind of how he mentioned, and then I think it was bomb, walk. I mean, it was just lots of extra base hits, really improving that OPS. Oh,
this one chopped over Ganaway's head. The shortstop charges in and fires it over to first for the 3rd out. So 3 left on base for the Lions. That keeps the score at 5-1. We'll be back. We're back for the third. And Ethan Walls remains in the game for the Lions. He gave up 4 last inning, but JB, they really weren't all on him.
Yeah, no, I really don't blame us going back to him right here. If you kind of look at the scoreboard, or if you're kind of late showing up to the game, you'd be like, oh, dang, he's already given up 5. I'm surprised they're leaving him in there. But really just kind of nickel and dime, a couple errors, really just bit him. Really doing a pretty good job of kind of living with that off speed and kind of a pretty healthy swing on a fastball right there, but just kind of keeping him off balance at the moment.
Count 1-2 to Webster. Breaking ball sent up the middle. That's into center field for a leadoff single. They've gotten that leadoff man on base every time so far.
I wouldn't be surprised if from here on you kind of have that bullpen watch going on. I wouldn't be surprised if he's kind of batter to batter. Again, not because he's pitched bad, just kind of game can get pretty decisive really quick if you let it.
Absolutely. 2 guys warming up in the bullpen. I can't tell exactly who they are.
I think Nolan Ryan was down there. I think I saw him.
Be nice. I think he can still pump it in about 85.
I wouldn't be surprised. In khakis, nonetheless.
That one misses. It's Parker Stinnett at the plate for T-Dub. Checks on the runner, keeps him honest. Big swing, fouls it off.
Heads up.
Nearest up here. My goodness, nearly got a patron, as the Masters tournament would say.
Ooh. Yeah, that was danger close. Sorry if I kind of yelled in the microphone right there. We were, if someone was a couple inches taller, that might have got him.
Checks on him once again. These AAC standings, of course, this doesn't count as confusing as it is as a conference game. But Tennessee Wesleyan 21-0 in conference. Of course, if the last game against Bryan would have counted as a conference game, they would have 1 loss because we beat them earlier this year. But then the Lions sitting there at 17-3 in conference, and just behind the Lions is Reinhardt at 16-4.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting series. I mean, that's kind of one you circle at the beginning of the year. It's kind of dramatic to have at the end like this. I kind of like that.
I do too. It's like finishing the season, Yankees-Red Sox, except for the Appalachian Athletic Conference.
I like it. Also, that I don't know if you remember the Braves Mets series last year where the Braves swept them down there. That's kind of what I like to think of. Well, in that instance, I'd hope we were the Braves, but
Another pickoff move. The 1-2 pitch. Big swing comes up empty for strike 3. Big out number 1 for Walls and the Lions. I don't know if he sports a changeup in his repertoire, but something dropped off the table.
Yeah, that's
there.
what I was about to say. Either a heavy two-seam maybe took a little off it with that, or if it was just a really good change. I'm going to go with a changeup, though.
Gets one by him. That's Evan McGill.
Yeah, I like him finding that fastball a little bit. Obviously, he's kind of reaching that pitch count right here, sitting around 61, where it kind of gets a little tricky to trust him for the rest of the game. It's a well-pieced ball.
This one gets by Cahoon into right field. Gets it in quickly. And Wesleyan working bag to bag here in the third.
Yeah, I mean, it's the third inning. They have 9 hits.
Wow.
That's you do that a lot, you'll win a lot of games.
They've put the ball in play quite a bit, too, because the Lions have 3 errors on the board as well.
Mm-hmm.
Shows bunt, gets it down to Lofton at third, fires to Cooper for the second out. So just a typical Braxton Turner sack bunt. Flips the lineup over to Carson Ford with 2 in scoring position.
Yeah, no, I really like that play right there. Really great bunt. I mean, maybe caught a little bit too much of it, but really did a great job of getting that down. And again, kind of forcing Bryan to make a play at this point. I mean, be kind of interested to see this AB. I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised to see if us try to bring in a lefty right here to face Ford.
A good bit of lefties in this pitching staff for the Lions, but they're going to leave Walls in there, and that one just misses inside. This will be the third time through the lineup for Tennessee Wesleyan. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, and that one just misses.
Again, got to give the umpire credit. He's been pretty consistent both sides so far.
He could have confused everybody and called that one a strike.
I wouldn't have hated it.
The 2-0 pitch misses outside. Looks like he's just kind of pitching around Ford right here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to get bit by, arguably their best player. I don't hate that in this kind of instance right here.
The 3-0 pitch in there for strike one. It doesn't get much better as you go down, though. Dan Sayer, he's 342 on the year with 8 home runs and 11 doubles to his tally as well.
Yeah, it's kind of just like picking your poison a little bit, trying to who would you want to get beat by the most, I guess, or yeah, I guess Carson's just one of those guys you kind of want to go, hey, we're not going to let him beat us today. Although he is, I believe, oh no, he's 0 for 1.
He fills the bags up there with the walk. And that brings up Dan Sayer. Two down, the Lions a pitch away. Breaking ball in there, strike one. It'd be big right here if they can throw up a 0 on the top of that scoreboard.
Yeah, I know. So had a lot of heavy traffic on the base path for the Lions today. Or definitely would like to see if we can just find a way to get that third out right here and limit any damage.
The 0-1 pitch to Sayer. Lifts it high, but it's going to get foul.
Thought the fan was going to try to catch it with his hat for a second there. Thought better of it.
That's a fisherman over there. He's perhaps a little better at catching fish than he is baseballs. Pretty good fishing program here at Bryan. They're the maybe the
top dog.
Yeah, the highlight of the athletic program.
You walk through our trophy room, it's a lot of fishing stuff.
That's right. The 0-2 pitch from Walls. Breaking ball. This one lifted high into the air. It's going to be in that Bermuda Triangle out there. Marquez under it. Catches it for out number 3. They put a 0 on the top half of the scoreboard. And we'll be back. Your score, 5-1. It'll be 5-6-7 for the Lions in the bottom half of the third. Dryden fouls this one off.
Yeah, would love to see some kind of answer right here. Even just kind of scratching one across would feel like, just kind of fighting away at that lead. Obviously, Wesleyan's been swinging it pretty well right now, so kind of need anything to kind of switch the momentum back in our favor.
Yeah, 9 hits through 3 innings. It's hard to match that, but if any team in the conference can, it's going to be the Lions.
Can't happen. Can't let that happen.
2 strikes on Daniel Dryden. I think a leadoff hit goes a long way here. He freezes him up for strike 3. It's like a fastball that came back over the plate.
Yeah, just a really good pitch right there. I think kind of furrows Dryden a little bit, maybe sitting or at least looking off speed a little bit.
Gain away. This one shot right up the gut. So 1 out single from Bradley Prince Jr. That'll have the Lions cooking here in the bottom half. Owen Naparowski at the dish for the Lions. Prince Jr., the leadoff single, he's over there at first. That one misses.
Good read.
Great read from Prince Jr., and he'll take a bag away.
I feel like we say every week, Brad is a sneaky good base runner. He kind of has that stocky build, former catcher, and he kind of just sneaks up on you a little bit, and I think he might be leading the team in stolen bases. Obviously, that's a wild pitch right there, so we won't pad the stat line with that. But
yeah, he's up there. Certainly up there. That one just misses to Naparowski. He had 9 coming into the game. And they have Parker Cosby at 13, but I think that may be a little misleading because Alex Rollins runs for him sometimes, and I don't know that it goes to his credit.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to forget about that courtesy runner every now and then. Not to take anything away from Parker. Parker has
Cosby's
been known.
A great base runner too.
Yeah,
though.
Parker's been known to stay in the game, steal second, get pinch runner at second.
Wouldn't surprise me if those are all of Cosby's.
Oh, yeah.
That one's shopping in the gap. That'll score Prince Jr. Naparowski rounds. He's going to stay at first. It'll be a 1-out RBI single for Naparowski.
Yeah, another really good job by the outfield to kind of cut that ball off, kind of limit the damage, keep him at first right there. But beautiful piece by Owen right there. And, again, kind of just talking about like a way to answer back and kind of get the momentum shifted our way. It's definitely a nice sign right there.
It'll be Marquez at the plate. So we mentioned the last couple of weeks, he's really been the one to get the offense rolling.
Yeah, a lot of, again, kind of made fun of him last week, pull side bombs. But he's been kind of one of the igniters of the lineup so far. His whole family is in here for California. Tried to surprise him for his birthday tomorrow.
He did a pretty good job because I gave him a little bit of grief for not inviting me. He said, dude, I didn't even know what was going on. And that one's sent to left field. It's got a chance, and it's gone! Danny Marquez, the 2-run bomb. And he gets that family cranking over there next to the dugout. That puts the Lions within 1. That'll give you chills, JB.
You gotta love it. Gotta imagine that just gets him absolutely fired up right there. Obviously, his family can't come over here all the time, and to see them all celebrating down there, it's part of what senior night's about.
And Danny's faced some adversity while he's been here at Bryan. Just last year, his father passed away, and he means a lot to this program, and it's great to see him succeed this year.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of passion. He really cares.
Don't get me teary-eyed up here, JB.
I'll try. I'll start quoting Shakespeare or something too.
So Cade Cahoon, he's gone back-to-back a couple times behind Marquez. See if he can do it here, tied up the game. The 2-0 pitch to Cahoon. Watches it for ball 3.
Yeah, they didn't ask us what our favorite memory at Bryan here was, but I was already had mine ready to go. You remember Anthony Tejada's grand slam? That one got me. My allergies were acting up just a little bit.
That one misses for ball 4. Flips the lineup over to Parker Cosby. He's the go-ahead run.
Man, some days when it's just beautiful weather like this, you're just due a great baseball game, and I just love how this one started out, and kind of a back and forth right now, and love the answers from Bryan.
There's a lot of people here to feed the energy of this game too. Of course, being that this is such a close rival, only 30 minutes down the road, there's people from both fan bases littering the streets of Bryan College campus.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be a baseball fan if you're at Bryan to really kind of want to come watch this game. Just kind of show up for the rivalry and just kind of right now being treated to a really great game.
The 0-1 pitch to Cosby. That one misses low. So Ganaway struggling a little bit to find the zone. And that never helps when you have to float one in there to just try to get back in a rhythm.
Especially starting to get into that, obviously our whole lineup's dangerous, but really get into that dangerous part of the lineup.
Count square at 1, 1 down. Ganaway. That one misses. Umpire's been incredibly consistent all game.
Yeah,
He's
very,
not giving
very
anything
staunch
off the plate.
strike zone. Really not, being too flexible with it. Obviously, if you're Ganaway right there, you'd love to see get a little bit rewarded by hitting a spot right there. But he's sticking to a little bit of a tighter strike zone today.
2-1 pitch. That one misses outside as well.
Ganaway's asking, "Where's that at?" I don't think that usually helps.
To me, it seems fairly obvious where that one's missing.
If I were him, I'd throw it there again.
So the head coach for Tennessee Wesleyan trotting his way out there. The umpire's going to make his way out there as well.
I'd want to be included as well. Anyone else goes out there, you have to start taking roll.
He's going to have a quick trigger as well.
Yeah.
So he gets pulled in the 3-1 count to Cosby. So they'll make whoever's warming up will make their way to the field. And we're going to take a short commercial break. We'll be back. It'll be number 28, Carmine Papiti, in to pitch for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Yeah, no, pretty good stat line. 19 innings on the year, 1.89 ERA with a 10.89 K per nine, and I'm rather fond of the name too. That's fun to say.
Coach Billy Berry was giving the umpire an earful in between pitching switches there. I don't know that that'll help the zone at all, but maybe put a bug in his subconscious.
Maybe help the coaching staff out just a little bit, feel like they're heard.
So a walk there. One pitch does it for Papiti. And that brings up Devin Ogg. Two runners on, Cahoon at second, Cosby at first. He's going to run for himself as of now. Puts one in there down Main Street to Devin Ogg for strike one.
Yeah, Papiti definitely works about as far away as he can get away with on that third base side of the rubber.
Yeah, he really does, doesn't he? Kind of the mirror of Chris Sale.
Tanner Houck comp.
Yeah. Trying to think of someone that threw right-handed. Good catch there.
I always hate when the Yankees face him. Every time. 5 or 6 innings, 15 strikeouts.
Count 1-1 to 1-1 Devin Ogg. That one misses. Cahoon with the read. He gets down, and he's going to be in there safely. So that puts both runners in scoring position for the Lions.
Yeah, really great job by Cade right there. And really, hey, there we go. There's that courtesy run for Parker as soon as he gets the second, as we were talking about earlier. But great job all around. Kind of really good awareness, good jump by Cade. Otherwise, really good throw. Probably gets him right there.
Count 2-1 to Ogg. A big pitch here for Papiti. He comes set. Here's the offering. Big swing, fouls it off. That evens the count up 2-2.
Love to see him kind of like shorten up and find a way to get the run in. I mean, obviously Devin's got some great pop on him, but he kind of find a way to do some situational hitting right here, or not.
Waves at the high fastball for strike three. So he'll theoretically hand the bat over to Bryson Bobo Lofton.
I mean, really good pitch right there. I know I kind of said, well, I guess not. I mean, that's probably upper eights, top of the zone right there. Kind of hard to lay off of, and again, just kind of a good pitch, and kind of blew away Ogg just a little bit.
0-0 to Bryson Lofton. This one misses. It gets by him. Cahoon on his way home, and he gets down. He's in there. Called safe. That ties the ball game up 5-5 here in the bottom of the third.
That'll get the blood flowing a little bit. That was a bang bang play at the plate. If we didn't have turf, I would say they're getting dirty right there.
So Rollins moves up to third. The game tied at 5. There's some contact there. Papiti may be a little bit shaken up. That one just went right through the wickets of Turner. Deep breath for Papiti. Comes set. The 1-0 pitch to Lofton. This one misses high.
Got to imagine they're going to pitch around him just a little bit.
The 2-0 pitch now. On its way. And that one's going to get Lofton. So that's one way to avoid danger if you're Tennessee Wesleyan. So it'll be Bass Cooper hitting from the right side once again. Runners at the corners. The game all knotted up. It was a 1 spot and a 4 spot in the first 2 innings for Wesleyan, and a 1 and a 4 in the first and third for the Lions to make this game 5-5.
You got to feel like Alex is going to be pretty aggressive on any kind of wild pitch, especially with his good speed over there.
Papiti with the pitch. That one misses. Count 1-0. Here's the pitch. That one misses low as well.
I mean, talk about just competitive ABs on both sides of it today. I mean, Wesleyan really making Walls work today, and our own batters really just forcing a really hard day on the mound, really making them come into the strike zone here.
2-0 pitch. Big swing. Comes up empty.
Don't think he was looking for a single.
No, he was not.
Looks like we got a couple Wesleyan guys going to get warm.
The 2-1 pitch. Catches the corner for strike 2. That's about as much as that umpire will give on the outside part. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Papiti comes set. Lofton takes off. Big swing, waves at it, strike 3. A big pitch there for Papiti. The game tied 5-5 as we head into the 4th. We'll be back. Gilbert into the game for the Lions. We'll be facing a pretty deathly lineup in this Tennessee Wesleyan team. But here through the middle part of the season, he's done a pretty good job, JB.
Yeah, last year he was kind of one of the mainstays in the bullpen, and kind of found a that ball gets foul. Kind of found a hard time to break through. Was really just kind of begging for some innings a little bit. And last midweek, I think he threw 6 innings, had about 10 strikeouts, and really looked really good, and found his way to kind of have some more meaningful innings down the stretch here. Oof.
This one hit deep to left field, and that one's way out of here, over the batting cages and gone. That's Marco Martinez giving Tennessee Wesleyan the lead again.
Well, that one got out in a hurry.
He got every stitch of that one, didn't he?
Yeah, no. I think we'll give him a barrel for that. We don't have TrackMan, so we can't do barrel percentage, but we'll just go ahead and say that counts.
That'll be his 7th home run of the season and the 51st home run for Tennessee Wesleyan as a ball club. So Gilbert back in there, strike one.
Yeah, if you're looking for a pitcher's duel, it might not be today.
We kind of had a feeling there in the first inning, didn't we, that that scoreboard was going to be pretty full.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it's like right now we're on pace for 9 runs each. I think we might have even more than that. Yeah, no, it's looking like it's going to be a little bit of a boxing match today, a little back and forth.
2-1 count. It's Andre Tarver. Inside, fastball just misses.
Again, very consistent. I really like that pitch there from Gilby, but hey, got to credit the umpire yet again.
Ganaway had one of those too, and this one's lifted to left field. Kind of an inside outer up against the wall, and it's off the wall. Tarver around second. He's going to stay there for a no-out double. Just a few feet away from making this lead 2.
Yeah, that ball carried. I mean, I kind of thought, like, right off the bat, I'm like, oh, Brad's going to really battle the sun on that one. I think it just kept carrying and found its way to the wall.
I thought it got more on Tarver's hands than it initially, or than it evidently did. He put a pretty good jolt in that one. So the double there. Still no outs. McGill at the dish.
Got a lot of open grass in left center right now.
Off the end to Gilbert. He checks on the runner, but it's too late. Fires it over to Cooper for out number 1.
Open grass there too, I guess. Yeah, just looking kind of a little bit like we got a shift going on out there. I guess that was especially for McGill. But, yeah, there's a lot of open space right there. Brad's kind of tugging the line a little bit with Brad kind of playing, or with Dryden played a little bit closer to right center.
So that brings up Cale Webster, the right fielder. Good change up there from Gilbert for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch misses outside. Count even 1-1. That one called a strike on the inside corner. The 1-2 pitch from Gilbert. On his hands, fouls it off.
A little bit of a self-defense swing right there.
Yeah, I like Gilbert working out of the windup with runner on third. Typically, it's not something I would do, but he just seems a little bit more comfortable rocking and firing. That one misses wide. Count 2-2. The pitch. Backdoor breaker up the middle. Marquez is there, over to first for the second out. That'll score a run. So Tennessee Wesleyan leading 7-5 here in the 4th.
Yeah, one thing you got to love about watching Wesleyan play is they've just got a, I don't know if you call it luck or whatever you may want to call it, situational hitting. They find a way to get all their runners in, and it feels like, you get a guy on second, get a guy on third. They're going to put together a couple ABs that are really just focused on trying to get those guys in, not trying to do too much.
Stinnett at the plate now for Tennessee Wesleyan. Base is clear, 2 down. Rolls it over to Cahoon at second. And that'll be good for the 3rd and final out of the inning. So 2 more scored for the Bulldogs. They lead 7-5 heading into the bottom half. We'll be back. Daniel Dryden at the plate. He'll try to at least match the 2 spot in the 4th. He'll have a big part in trying to get us started once again. That one catches the outside corner. That's probably the most liberal the zone has been thus far. 1-0 slider misses. Count even 1-1 to Dryden. Dryden hitting .317 on the year, 13 home runs, 35 RBIs. 7 doubles to his name as well.
Kind of an ultimate utility guy on our team. You know, we kind of talked about he got really hot at the beginning of the year. Kind of cooled off a little bit, found that batting average closer to 300 and seems to be doing pretty well so far.
The 1-2 pitch lifted into right field. It's drifting toward the line, but Webster out there for out number 1. So it's Prince who got us rolling in the bottom of the 3rd. He'll have a chance to do it again with 1 down here in the 4th. Outside corner called strike 1. Papiti seems to have really settled down.
Yeah, kind of how we talked with Gilbert. Looks like once he gets in that windup, kind of really feel a little bit more comfortable, especially that fastball. It looks like he's a little bit more in control of that right now.
Sometimes it's just a timing thing.
Yeah, a little bit of free time. I've always been a big component of just going from the stretch, but I also don't throw 90.
Gilbert just does that slide step a lot when he's in the stretch. So I wonder if sometimes his hands break a little late, whereas when he's in the windup, he can get that leg kick and give his arm a little bit more time to catch up. Now misses inside to Prince. Count 3-1. Papiti, here's the pitch. That one misses, ball 4. The base on balls gives the bat to Owen Naparowski, the designated hitter for today's game.
Yeah, I love Brad hitting in the 6th hole. He's really kind of had that way to serve as a second leadoff guy today. He definitely has that kind of talent too, where, you know, very good contact heavy, very good eye, but again, kind of some sneaky pop, sneaky speed.
Owen Naparowski's had a couple big hits this year. He had a walk-off home run earlier this season. Unfortunately, we weren't there for that one. Prince takes off the throw. Man, they're going to say they got him. It was a great throw from Turner, but I thought Prince beat it anyway.
Yeah, I know we don't have the best angle, but I'll go ahead and say I thought he was safe.
So that clears the bags. To be fair, it couldn't have been a better throw from Turner. It was right on the money.
Yeah, really great throw by him. And also, I don't want to question calls or anything like that, but I will say kind of when you're down 7-5, I know you're trying to get runners in the scoring position right here. I wouldn't have hated just kind of trusting the bat of Owen right there and just trying to let, keep as many base runners on as you can.
1-1 pitch lifted into shallow left field. It'll be Sire back there for the 3rd out. So nothing rolling for the Lions in the bottom half. We'll see you again in the top of the 5th. We'll be back. It'll be McGill, Turner, and Ford leading it off for the Bulldogs. McGill's going to get him started. Going to drop into shallow center field for a leadoff single.
Looks like we have Alex Rollins, the courtesy runner for Parker, still in center right now.
Yeah, they do this usually through the middle innings. It's interesting, though, because usually they bump Dryden over to right.
Yeah, no.
And he's not out there. It's still Long out there in right field.
Yeah, I was just looking over there. We'll keep you tuned on that.
Hopefully Dryden's okay.
Yeah, no, that would be a big loss, but we won't speculate just yet.
Checks on him over there. Close play. Called safe at first. Gilbert comes set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses. Good block by Cosby. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Bryan College Baseball. I'm Grayson Whaley alongside John Broyles. It's 7-5, Tennessee Wesleyan leading here in the top of the fifth. It's been a good game so far.
Yeah, the weather's staying beautiful. Still not having much of a wind. If you kind of look at the flag out in right center, no movement at all, which is a bit of an oddity here.
Yeah, especially the last couple to 3 weeks.
Holding on for dear life up here, putting weights in my shoes and everything.
Braxton Turner had the sac bunt in his last plate appearance. Another move, just gets back in safely.
Yeah, Gilby is definitely known for having a very good move. I know it's given some people some fits in the fall, and sometimes we a couple complaints about maybe a balk, a little bit of a balk move sometimes. Some people will say that.
Another move. And maybe it's muscle memory for the umpire out there. I've seen 3 close calls. The 2-1 pitch. That one misses low, and the field umpire says he did not go around.
Definitely froze him a little bit on that one. Very good pitch. Sadly, they don't credit you for those sometimes.
No, they don't. That's
strike. Like 56 pitches a day, 52 good pitches.
The strike zone doesn't mind being your enemy. That one gets by Turner for strike 2. The 3-2 pitch rolled foul. We're about halfway through this ball game, JB. You're here in the top of the fifth. Of course, Tennessee Wesleyan leading 7-5. What's your expectation as we roll through these later innings?
I mean, you really got to just expect more offense at this point. It's definitely been a bit of a heavyweight bout between the offenses. Obviously, Wesleyan's been a little bit more consistent inning to inning on finding base runners as they get another guy on there. But you'd expect Bryan just kind of keep on bouncing back, trusting their approach. We're used to hitting a whole lot of home runs. I would like to. I wouldn't be surprised to see at least one for us as we go into the later innings right here. But right now it's anyone's game, and just love to see us kind of limit the damage here. Again, we got a lot of Tennessee Wesleyan guys on bases without any outs. A lot of leadoff batters on.
Yeah, that seems to have kind of come back and bite Bryan a little bit as that leadoff hitter getting on.
Especially as we get back to the leadoff.
This one rolled over right in the 4-hole into right field. They're going to send the runner. It's going to be cut off, and the runner will go first to third as well. So a run scored there on the RBI single from Carson Ford gives the Bulldogs an 8-5 lead.
Yeah, not exactly lighting up the exit velo ratings on that single right there. But again, Wesleyan's just finding ways to, be productive, find ways to put balls in play, and just really, some of them are seeing-eyed singles. Obviously, we had that one home run that is heading to Athens right now, but just really great ABs.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but the death by 1,000 cuts, it really has been the narrative in this game.
Yeah, it gets a little demoralizing out there. They're not like, obviously it's still a very close game, but, it kind of gets heavy on the feet out there if you're a fielder just feeling like, lots of long innings.
Yeah, certainly. Runners at the corners. Gilbert would like a double play ball here. Sire at the plate. This one chopped foul. The 0-2 pitch to Sayre. On its way. Lifted into right field. Ogg in on it. He may tag from third. They're going to test the arm of Ogg out there. The throw just a little bit short. That'll score another one. So a sac fly from Dan Sayre plates the 9th run for Tennessee Wesleyan, gives them a 4-run lead.
Yeah, pretty good throw from Ogg. I kind of like to see him keep that down a little bit, find a way to keep that runner on first there. But, obviously I think you kind of trade that out right now. Find a way to get that first out in this inning.
So Ford at second, he moved up with the throw home. That brings up Marco Martinez, who homered earlier. That one misses high.
Kind of getting that Gary Sheffield twitch in his pre batting stance.
This one misses low and tight.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gilby working pretty carefully around him right here. Obviously, guys behind him with Tarver and McGill are no slouches either, but that last home run, I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to stay away from him here.
2-0 pitch, breaking ball. Catches the outside corner for strike one.
If I'm Martinez, I might be questioning that call a little bit.
Yeah, that one hasn't been called all game. The 2-1 pitch. This one lifted down the right field line, drifting, and it's going to end up foul.
Hogg's getting his cardio in for the day.
Yeah, he's been scampering around out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, we also got to mention Trevor Ferguson walking down to the pen there. He did not flinch when Ogg was running like full speed at him right there. Well, not enough feel right there. You might want to find a way on the other side of the fence if you're walking down there, but what do I know?
2-2 here to Martinez. Breaking ball in on his hands. Lofton fields it over to Cooper at first for out number 2. Ford moves up to third. So a runner at third with 2 down. Cleanup hitter Tarver at the dish.
Really great pitch from Gilby right there. I mean, that was kind of one of those sword swings. Still kind of does the job, though, if you're Tennessee Wesleyan. It doesn't have to be pretty. Still gets a guy over to third, and all it takes is a wild pitch right here, especially with a off-speed heavy pitcher like Gilby.
Outside of Martinez's home run earlier and maybe, a couple balls in the gap, their 13 hits have been very minimal. They just haven't flown off the bat in ways that we've seen before.
Yeah, we're not asking for that one big swing or anything like that, but for the most part, it has been kind of that death by 1,000 cuts and just seeing-eyed singles or finding a way to, piece something through the infield.
2-0 pitch fouled off. Still favorably in Tarver's favor. Count 2-1. That one just misses high and outside. The 3-1 pitch called strike 2.
All right, we'll take it.
So it'll be all full to Tarver. Gilbert winds it up, and that one just misses. So Tarver will reach with a base on ball, and that's going to bring up Cody McGill, the designated hitter, with runners at the corners. They have not been short of base runners today here, JB.
No, they've got they've had a lot of left on base, but they've also had a lot that's scored. It's just I can't look up the stats real quick on how many they've left on base. But generally when you score 9 and you're still going, wow, they've really left a lot of runners on base, that's a good sign.
Good change up there for McGill, or to McGill, for strike one. No balls and a strike. Checks on Tarver, dives back safely.
I think the camera might have went out there for a second, not 100% certain. Either that or I blinked really fast.
Hopefully it's the latter.
Yeah, professionals.
The 0-1 pitch up the middle. That'll score another one. Tarver rounding second. He's heading to third. So they're going to put runners at the corners again. And an RBI single there for McGill. Plates their 10th run of the game. You know, it's certainly not out of reach here, but you kind of alluded to it earlier. It just can kind of get demoralizing when you just spend so much time out there on defense.
Yeah, it just gets a little bit harder. It gets a little bit more monotonous. Where even I feel like the worst part whenever you're in the field is whenever you get those constant balls hitting the gap. But even these just singles through the infield, they kind of just you get standing on your feet a lot, and it makes your ABs a little bit harder. Especially like last inning, we had our first really quick inning. It kind of makes it feel a little bit more out of reach. But got to look at it and again, just kind of turn the stat sheet over and go, hey, we're still that team. We can score 5 in a hurry. Just got to find a way to get that last out here and let us get back up to the plate.
It's 1-1 to Kel Webster. Gilbert comes set. Checks on McGill over there at first, keeping him honest.
Really had some practice with that pickoff move today.
Hasn't gotten anybody yet, but he's keeping him close.
Yeah, he's flirting with it right now.
The 1-1 pitch just misses inside.
I do think that was a little bit in. I think Parker did a really good job making that, presenting it to look a little bit better.
Yeah, he has a way of doing that, doesn't he?
Yeah, dishonest, all these catchers, man.
Count 2-1. Big swing. Cooper gets a glove on it, but it's going to get by him. That's going to score another run. So 11-5 now.
It's a really good attempt by Bass right there, but just another example of those infield hits. Just kind of, you got to imagine it's taking a little bit of a toll right now.
Yeah, you would think they've done their due diligence on putting the ball in play, though.
Yeah, I'll have to check the stat line, but it just does not feel like there's been many strikeouts on their side. Yeah, only 4 strikeouts on the day, and those were all from Ethan Walls.
Wow.
I guess I can give Ethan's final stat line as well. He threw 71 pitches through 3 innings, gave up 9 hits, and only gave up 2 earned runs, 5 runs in total with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts.
This one chopped down the line, and it's going to roll foul. So it'll be 0-2 to Parker Stinnett. And this inning has just kind of weirdly gotten out of hand, and it's kind of been that way all game. It's not been, as you mentioned, not been one swing that's gotten us. It's just a little bloop here and a chopper through the infield there, and here they have it, 11 runs.
Yeah, no, it does not feel like an 11-5 game right now. Obviously, I think it'll start feeling a little bit more like that if Wesleyan finds a way to get 3 up, 3 down next inning. I think that's when you'll start to see it kind of wearing on us a little bit more. But in general, it feels like a very close game right now, and it still feels like it's very much in hand.
The 0-2 pitch from Gilbert. Misses high and outside.
Bet Dryden's glad he's starting to get a full shade cover out there in the outfield. Brad's still struggling with the sun out there.
The 1-2 pitch. Misses inside. Got a back pick over there to first. Doesn't get him.
Yeah, Parker, believe it or not, doing a great job. I mean, that was just a really great way to keep that in front of him right there.
Count square 2-2. Sent the other way down the left field line. It's going to be foul. So the count remains 2-2. Stinnett battling at the plate. Here's the pitch. This one right up the middle into center field. That's going to score another run, a 2-out single. Gives Tennessee Wesleyan a 12-5 lead.
I would imagine bullpen's getting pretty hot right now.
Yeah, I've been kind of waiting, and Coach Mack's going to make the trot out there to the mound. He's going to make a call to the bullpen. Gilbert just could not get that last out of the inning. Sometimes that unfortunately happens. The score 12-5 as we take a break, 2 down in the top of the 5th. We'll be back. It's Trevor Ferguson into the game for the Lions. He's just got to get an out here in the top of the 5th to hand the bat over to the Lions.
Yeah, now kind of talking about it between the break, and another kind of one of those guys who lives with his off speed. Very good curveball. Sometimes kind of developing a little bit more of a changeup now to kind of use, and not going to see too many things that are straight out of him.
That's a good way to put it. You'll be facing Evan McGill. 1-0 pitch. Chopped through the 4-hole. Man, oh, man. Tennessee Wesleyan not letting up. Infield singles. Dribblers through the infield. They continue pressing on. That's 13 runs.
On 17 hits.
Wow. It's been unfortunate for the Lions defense. They just seems like they can never be in the right spot.
Yeah, no, I know the shift's banned in the MLB. It's not banned here, but I don't think it would matter right now. They're finding a way to hit around it.
This one to Rollins out there in center field for the third out finally. 6 runs scored in the top of the 5th. The Lions will have a chance to answer. We'll be back. Lions. 8-9-1 for the Lions. Marquez, Cahoon, Cosby. See if they can get it rolling. This one fouled off. We're talking in between the innings, JB. It just really seems like the Lions need something here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you'd love to put up some kind of crooked number right here, find a way to, make some kind of meaningful impact. Or honestly, I feel like just getting that one up there, just kind of take a little bit of a deep breath, take a little bit of a breather if you're out there in the outfield and the infield. Like Cade Cahoon, I've seen him have to lay out a bunch of times over there. He's been getting dirty quite frequently.
Stinnett, the third baseman for out number 1. Brings up Cade Cahoon. Yeah, I know Cade Cahoon's had several that are just out of his reach out there at second base. And my assumption is Dante Morton's still trying to work out of that hamstring injury.
Yeah, it seemed like he kind of aggravated it a little bit. I think it was last Friday now, or yeah, it would have to be last Friday. We didn't play. Why we have senior night today. So I think he aggravated just a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised they're giving him a little bit more time.
The 0-1 pitch catches the corner. I think it might have been a couple weeks ago, though, that he re-aggravated it.
I guess you're right. Yeah, it was Kentucky Christian.
Yeah, I'm wanting to say
he
didn't dress out the Thursday game against Columbia International. Yeah, 1 in the dirt. 1-2 to Cahoon. The 1-2 pitch. Swing, chops it over there to Sarrett, short. Fire to first. And a little collision over there as Cahoon tries to get to the bag. That would have been an interesting ruling if for God forbid, reason that Cahoon got injured there.
And they call him out.
Yeah, because he didn't touch the bag initially. But thankfully he got back and everyone seems to be okay. But
yeah,
I would have been interested to see the rule book on that one.
Yeah, that's definitely a play where you kind of hold your breath a little bit. We've seen a bunch of just throughout baseball. Obviously, those are the kind of plays where you kind of have to just, hope everyone's all right. But yeah, you're definitely right. I would be. I think technically you have to call him out. I don't think you can call that obstruction, maybe, but
be interesting to say the least. So a leadoff, or not a leadoff, but a 1-out error from the shortstop. Puts Cahoon at first, flips the lineup over. Parker Cosby at the dish. This more than likely will be his last home game in a renowned career here on the Hill.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a guy who kind of came in, earned a starting job. I think he was that first COVID year whenever he was here, but earned a starting job and refused to let anyone else take it from him. I mean, I feel like I haven't even seen him get hurt. I know he kind of, I think he might have broken his thumb or did something to it last year and played through it, but it just kind of speaks to the kind of player Parker is.
Tremendous athlete, great leader on the ball club. Count 2-1 to Cosby. He'll certainly be greatly missed on this team. Three-one count for Papiti. Runner takes off. It'll be ball 4 anyway. So runners at first and second, one down. And Devin Ogg to the plate. I was trying to glance over the left field wall. I don't see anybody warming up, JB. So it kind of makes you wonder if head coach Billy Berry is just going to kind of roll with Carmine Papiti.
Yeah, no, I think they were kind of expecting a little bit more out of Ganaway there. Kind of, I don't know if it was a little bit of the strike zone, a little bit how he was pitching, but I think they were a little disappointed in what they saw. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to let Papiti kind of go as long as they can. He's one of those guys who hasn't had a whole lot of innings this year, or relative to them. You know, I feel like it's, I think it's 17 innings on this year, or 19 innings this year.
Yes, they may just try to let him roll, see how far he can get. Count 1-0 to Ogg. The 1-0 pitch. That one misses. Papiti struggling a little bit with location.
Yeah, and if I'm Bryan right here, I got to kind of take a deep breath before I'm going up to the plate and just kind of remind myself, one swing's not going to do it here. Obviously we're kind of, known a little bit more for the long ball. You kind of just got to put that on pause and just go base to base here for a couple minutes and, not try to force any kind of long home run or anything like that.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just draw a base on balls here, or just kind of, as you mentioned, just put one past the infielders. That one in there for strike one.
Yeah, I mean, Wesleyan, not to sound sound like making fun of anyone, kind of playing to the old timers' dream. Just seeing-eyed singles, not trying to do too much. And obviously, I'm not saying bombs aren't great and you can't win on it, but it would be great to see kind of just like a little bit of unselfish ABs right here, just trying to pass it along the line.
Good pitch there from Papiti. Swung on and missed. Count all full to Ogg. The payoff pitch. This one high into center field. Tarver's back. Cahoon fakes. And that'll keep both runners held at bay.
I think Papiti thought he got that one a little bit more. Kind of hopping around the mound after that one a little bit. I think he thought Ogg might have gotten that one.
Yeah, he didn't miss it by much. Got under it just a tad. That puts the bat in the hands of Bryson Bobo Lofton, and he seems due for one.
Yeah, I mean, he's 1 for 2 on the day, so kind of a down day, and it looks like the pitching coach is going to kind of come out here and just, I think even if you just kind of mentioned the stat line right here, I wouldn't be surprised if he's trying to say, play around with him just a little bit. Also seems like that, we got a new pitcher coming in, I believe.
Yeah, they're going to go to the pen. They had someone quickly warmed up, apparently. So Papiti's day is over. He did a great job holding the Lions here in their bottom half innings. So 2 runners on, 2 down. Bryson Lofton at the plate and new pitcher in. We'll see who he is, but we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. 2 runners on, 2 down. New pitcher into the game for Tennessee Wesleyan. Bryson Lofton at the plate. He'll have a chance to at least cut into this lead. It's Jake Sargent on the mound now.
Definitely looks like one of their maybe leading relievers, at least leading arms. 39.2 innings on the year, 4.76 ERA.
This one down the line, but McGill stays down on it for the 3rd out. So the score remains 13-5 after 5 complete. We'll be back. Top of the 6th inning. Your score 13-5. Wesleyan leading. I hate to say this, and I'm skeptical to ever say it when the line's on the opposite side, but this one is starting to seem like it's a little bit out of reach, JB.
Yeah, no. To start it, I would love us just to get the leadoff guy out. I feel like that's a huge, that's a huge ask right now. But yeah, no, it's starting to get to that territory where you start running out of innings and you start running out of batters for how Wesleyan's been swinging it and how honestly their pitchers have really kind of made a little bit of a comeback and kind of kept us off balance.
I think they've had their leadoff hitter on every time.
Let's do it again.
They continue the trend. Carson Ford takes the hit by pitch, reaches first.
Yeah,
it's hard to hold teams at few runs by doing that.
Especially when you get 1, 2, 3 right here. Obviously, if it was the 8 hole, I would still be saying you got to find a way to get him out. But it's just I feel like every time you look up, there's another guy on. I mean, it's got to be the 4th AB or 4th plate appearance for Carson on the day.
It's Dan Sayre at the plate.
Gonna start running out of fans too.
Yeah, I know.
That sun went down, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, the sun goes down, and it's a little chilly on the sunburnt skin. Checks on Ford at first. He gets back safely. Tennessee Wesleyan, 13 runs, 17 hits. Compared to your Lions, 5 runs, 7 hits. The 3 errors at the end of the scoreboard have not helped their cause today either. You can really credit the 4 runs in the top of the 2nd to those 3 errors. You take those away, and it's a 9-5 ball game. This one up the middle, gets past Ferg. Marquez, the heads-up play. So another one that just gets by. It's just been like that all day. Just, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. I can't imagine. I didn't imagine coming into this game that there'd be so many infield hits or little squeakers through the infield.
Yeah, no, and to Wesleyan's credit, a lot of their balls kind of like through the 6-hole, through the 4-hole have been well hit, but it has been just kind of a story of just finding a way to, where do you want to call it, nickel, dime or not. They've just found ways to keep it in the infield and find a way to get hits off of it, and it's you get two high power offenses, you can't expect them to launch a couple in the air.
Yeah, you would think. We've had only a couple home runs today. Came off the bat of Marco Martinez and Danny Marquez. Count 0-1. That one misses. And really, for just nationally speaking, JB, you'd like to, even if you don't win this game, you'd like to cut into this lead a little bit to just make it look a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, because on paper, 13-5, 18 hits, you're going to think, holy cow, Tennessee Wesleyan must have just ran away with it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not just because we're a little bit of biased reporters up here. I mean, it has truly been a very close game. I mean, just kind of a couple swings away and a couple of, getting out away, and it's a completely different ball game.
It was tied up in the 4th inning.
And we're saying, like, golly, aren't we just blessed to have such a great game on a beautiful day? And, things have spiraled just a little bit. But, it's I'm not going to count us out just yet. But it's definitely getting to that territory where it gets, you start believing a little bit less.
I've seen this team put up double-digit runs in a single inning, so it's hard to ever count them out. But they're going to have to get some quick outs here and start scoring some runs.
Oh my.
Martinez, a bloop over the infield.
Why not?
And a throw to third not in time from Prince. And I'm telling you, it just doesn't get any worse than that if you're a Lions fan. It's been all day.
You kind of just got to throw your hands up. Like it almost gets a little comical. If you're a pitcher, where you're just gonna go, what else can I do? I'll throw the rosin bag up there if I'll find a way to get, a little even less solid contact.
I'm truly not trying to be hyperbolic when I say this. I would say around 60% of the 19 hits have been off the bat less than 70 miles an hour.
I wouldn't doubt you.
Outside corner called a strike. Andre Tarver at the dish. He's the cleanup hitter. Has a chance to clean up the bags right now. That would certainly put this one out of reach. Big swing tries to do it there, fouls it off. No balls, 2 strikes to Tarver. Ferguson comes set. Here's the pitch. Now misses wide. Count 1-2. Here it is.
Oh.
Tarver turns on one. Into the forest back there behind right field and gone. The grand slam for Tarver and the Bulldogs of Tennessee Wesleyan. That puts them up 17-5 now.
Yeah, that one wasn't cheap. That was a well-pieced ball, and Ferg kind of a little bit of a dangerous count, and hasn't been throwing that fastball very competitively, kind of out of the zone. So I wouldn't have been surprised if he's kind of sitting on that right there and just put a really good swing on it. We're now into 20 hits for Tennessee Wesleyan, though.
Wow. This is kind of what we've seen Bryan do all year to other teams. I think back to Kentucky Christian and Lindsey Wilson early on in the year. And another one turned on down the right field line. This one's going to land foul. But we're on the receiving end of it this time.
Yeah, no, we always kind of flirt around with that. I think it was this last weekend we were talking about the games where we were flirting with 10 home runs and talking about how it must be hard for the other team to kind of keep their spirits up right now. We're getting into that dangerous territory right there.
Yeah. Count is 0-2, misses wide. And I hope the response from the dugout is to just kind of take this punch on the mouth and move forward.
Yeah, find a way. Just have some more competitive ABs. Every AB matters.
And you can't be too upset. Only 1-0 on the board there in the 3rd inning. But I'm really just not too disappointed in our pitching today. It's just like we've said, a lot of soft contact. There's been a couple balls that have been hit sharply. One was the grand slam from Tarver. But all in all, just not really disappointed by the performance they've put out there today.
Yeah, I mean, when you face a good lineup like this, you know you're going to kind of run into a bit of a wall at some point, or kind of throw your hands up. And honestly, I feel like if you're Bryan, you just look at it and you go, if they're going to beat us, let them beat us this way. Kind of CNI'd singles, limiting hard contact. But it's sometimes you just get baseballed, and it's a shame, and it's definitely not a great look for senior night. But it's just that's the nature of the beast. Sometimes is there's a good pitch from Ferg to get him out there.
Yeah, good pitch strikes him out. That's one down. It seems like every out, though, here in this game has just been a battle for the Lions. Nothing's come easy defensively.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it. We were even talking about, just find a way to not get a leadoff guy on. And obviously, a grand slam wasn't on the page for but we're looking at that happens, and you finally get that first out. And, hopefully we find a way to get 2 out right here just to, even just to get us a little bit moving a little faster.
1-0 pitch swung on and missed. Ferguson comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball sent to the left center gap. And that one's going to get down off the wall. McGill, the stand-up double with 1 down. And Tennessee Wesleyan is cooking.
Yeah, no, they're they heard our comment about 70-mile-per-hour exit velo and everything like that, and they're like, okay,
they're knocking down that percentage a little bit.
Yeah, they're skewing the data a little bit right now. Really great piece right there. I honestly kind of think they're sitting curveball right here just because, Ferg's fastball's been kind of non-competitive. I haven't really seen that changeup be super effective either, so just kind of find a way just to sit on that as there's a fastball for a hit. Ooh,
the
what
diving play from Cahoon over to first for the second out. So he finally snags one, the diving body out there.
Yeah, he deserved that. He deserved that one right there.
It'll be Evan McGill. 2 down, runner on third. This one misses wide. Count 1-0.
McHale's 4 for 4 on the day.
Wow.
I think he's one of those guys that's kind of, we're talking about CNI'd singles. I feel like he's had a couple up the middle. I actually probably pulled the spray chart real quick. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, his spray chart looks great today. Single on, single to left, single up middle, single up the middle, single to right. So, hey, can't shift on that.
2-0 pitch. Waves in at strike 1. Count 2-1 to McGill. Breaking ball shot right up the middle, but there's Marquez. The shift was on, and that's the 3rd out. The score 17-5 after the top of the 6th. The Lions will have a chance to respond. Stay tuned.
Same guy.
Jake Sargent still on the mound. Bass Cooper at the plate. You know, we talked about it a little bit, but this game seems out of reach. Now, the Lions have surprised me many times offensively this year, and they could do it again. But at the very least, just like to tack on some runs to carry some momentum into the weekend series.
Yeah, no. If you're gonna find a way to come back in this, you gotta start soon, and you gotta start. It's got to be something pretty aggressive right here. But at the very least, like, just find something that, when you're walking into Reinhardt, you're not walking in with your tail between your legs. You're confident, knowing that you're a good team. And just because Wesleyan obviously put on a little bit of a clinic for hitting, that shouldn't stop you from being confident against a team like Reinhardt.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think it's this weekend. I believe we play Union, and then it'll be Reinhardt after that, I do believe. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, no, that sounds right, yeah.
I'll check as that one just misses. And I'm checking on the BryanLions.com website. If you're a Lions fan, visit the Bryan Lions website today. This one's sent past the third baseman down the line. That one has double written all over it. Cooper chugging around. A stand-up leadoff double for the Lions. But on the website, you can find schedules, rosters, coaches, news, recruiting, and more. Visit the Bryan Lions website today. It'll be Union this weekend in Barberville, Kentucky. And then next week, the 21st and 22nd, will be at Waleska, Georgia at Reinhardt University.
Got a pinch runner for Bass and Cam Fuquay.
And the last time that I may get to mention his name on this mic or in this booth, Mr. Camden Fuquay out there, pinch running for Bass Cooper. Great friend of mine. He's been my roommate over the past 3 years, and he's been a blessing in my life, to say the least. It's Alex Rollins at the plate. He's filling in for Daniel Dryden. Hopefully Dryden is okay. We kind of speculated that he may have done something to aggravate some part of his body. I don't know, but
definitely a guy you need going forward.
Absolutely. So maybe they're just trying to give him a little bit of a rest if he does have a potential injury nagging him. Breaking ball in there to Rollins. Strike one. Rollins hasn't had too many at-bats throughout the year, but he's played almost in every game as a defensive specialist.
Yeah, no, pretty consistently. You'll see him if it's the second game of doubleheader, it'll be the 7th, but usually in that 8th, 9th inning, he'll come in after he pinch runs for someone.
Count 1-1 to Rollins. Or 1-2, rather. Sorry, that was a 1-1 fastball called a strike.
Yeah, the person working the score bug must have been a little slow on the tap.
So 1-2 to Rollins. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off. The 1-2 pitch once again from Sargent. Another foul ball.
Trying to ruin the budget. Well, got a very eager fan on it, though.
Hopefully they don't pocket it. Count still 1-2. Another one fouled off from Rollins. He's fighting. You go back to the fastball here, JV?
Yeah, I think I would. I'd probably challenge him inside right here. I think they're setting up for off speed, but
this one chopped up the middle. It'll be a tough play from second. A bang-bang play at first called out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good play. Obviously, we talk about Rollins' speed pretty frequently. Really good play to kind of get that right there. It would have been an easy kind of take that play off. Really good throw and obviously gets him in time.
So Marco Martinez had the home run earlier in today's game, and a good play out there from him at second. Brings Bradley Prince Jr. up to the dish. Fuquay at third. This one lined foul. Grayson Whaley alongside John Broyles bringing you this presentation of Bryan College baseball. Your Lions trailing big, 17-5 on Senior Day. Here's the pitch. It misses wide. Count is 1-1 to Bradley Prince Jr. Here's the pitch. Big swing, comes up empty. So now the count matches the number on his jersey, 1-2. Sargent comes set. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. That one misses.
Hey, again, love to see it from the umpire. I mean, I know it's a kind of a bit of a different game than it was a couple innings when we were complimenting him, but calling that a ball right there, I mean, it'd been easy for him to kind of, trying to quicken up the pace of play maybe.
2-2 pitch. That'll have him sat down on strikes. Sargent working well here in these late innings. JB, I know our final game together has not gone as planned, but I'll say this on behalf of myself and the viewers watching, it's been a pleasure having you up here with us.
Oh, well, goodness. I mean, thank you. Obviously, I'm trying to come up with something incredible to say about your performances up here, but I know that every fan I've talked to is a good foul ball. Every fan that I've talked to about the broadcast just, they just sing your praise, and reasonably so. It's been 2 years of you doing incredible work up here.
Well, I really appreciate it, and it's always a big help to have guys like you who know a lot about the game and who can break down the game sometimes on a deeper level than I can, and it's been a real joy to have you alongside me here in this last part of the season.
And hey, I'd love nothing more than treat your last game up here with something dramatic for a send-off. I wouldn't hate to see a couple touchdowns score right here.
Be nice. We had a 12-run bomb.
Those are rare, but it's baseball. Anything can happen.
The 0-2 pitch to Naparowski misses inside.
It's a really good pitch. I think myself and the entire ballpark was thinking off speed right there.
Yeah, I did not expect the fastball inside. I like the call, though. Sets him up for pretty much anything. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside corner, chopped to first. And McGill over to his bag for the third and final out. So nothing on the board for the Lions. The score remains 17-5. We'll be back for the top of the seventh. Bryce Engel on the mound for the Lions. JB just sprinted up the hill, so we'll give him a second to catch his breath here. That one misses high. Engel has gotten some work throughout this year. He's a hard-throwing righty, but sometimes he struggles a little bit with command. That one misses outside the count, 2-0. Braxton Turner at the plate, the 2-0 pitch. That one misses as well. It's favorably in Turner's favor. 3-0. 3-0 pitch. That one catches his own strike one.
There's that courtesy 3-0 strike that we always talk about.
It's required. We've seen a couple, though, 4 straight balls today. Really shocked me. And there's ball 4 right on cue. So that was actually a pinch hitter for Tennessee Wesleyan. Jacob Tolson. That brings up leadoff hitter Carson Ford.
I swear, I feel like we've walked the 9-hole a lot today.
We've given up, I think, the leadoff hitter has reached somehow in every single inning, I believe.
Yeah, no, you're spot on with that. And I'll tell you right now, you can win and do that, but it gets a little difficult.
To say the least. We've seen our share of issues because of it today. Engel comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one misses low and inside to Ford.
I feel like we've been saying his name a lot today.
Yeah, he's kind of been scattered all around this game, hasn't he?
Yeah, showing up. I think this is his 25th AB.
That one just misses low, apparently.
I think he probably gets that call if he's living around the zone a little bit more.
Yeah, going to have to set the umpire's eyes right in front of him. The 2-1 pitch. Up the middle. Into shallow center field. Rollins there for the first out. That brings up Dan Sayre to the plate.
Another guy where he's 3 for 4 on the day.
I would imagine with 21 hits, JB, they have a lot of those guys.
Yeah, no, I believe Tarver. I think he might be 4 for 4 now. He's 3 for 4 at the very least. So good day is all around. The stat line is going to be very favorable.
Wow. 1-0 pitch there. Engel into the game. He'd like a double play ball to get him out of this inning. It'll only be the second 0 on the board for Tennessee Wesleyan if that happens. Again, it's kind of hard to win games by doing that.
Yeah, crooked numbers, they're not very friendly to the other team. Doesn't really apply here, but one of my favorite baseball quotes is from Earl Weaver, former manager. He said, keys to winning a baseball game is good pitching, good fielding, and 3-run bombs. I would say 21 hits. I think he would be comfortable filling that in that last slot instead.
Yeah, that does a job too.
I haven't heard of many 21-hit teams that lose, at least.
No, I haven't either. Everyone in the lineup outside of Braxton Turner today has gotten a hit for Tennessee Wesleyan. And he just got pinch hit for. Count 3-1 to Sayre. Here's the pitch. This one lifted foul.
I lost that one. Don't know where it went.
Well, there it is. I thought it might have gone off the light pole there for a second.
Yeah, no, I was about to pull off my
the theory.
The theory. It hasn't been disproven yet. Oh. What there be like?
3-2. Breaking ball has Sayre swinging and missing, strike 3. So 2 down. Marco Martinez to the dish. He's had a good day. 3 for 5. A solo shot earlier in the game.
Yeah, he hit to the territory that starts making the coaches sweat because that's where they park.
Of course, a new netting. That one outside corner called a strike. The 1-1 pitch just misses. The 2-1 pitch. This one lifted into left field, over Prince's head, up against the wall. Tries to stretch it from first to third. He's called safe. A good throw there from Bradley Prince Jr. And apparently Lofton didn't put the tag down in time.
Dang. I again, we're a little biased. I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I thought he got him on that one.
Brings up Tarver. Tarver hit a grand slam in his last at-bat.
And he's 4 for 4 on the day.
6 RBIs, too, huh?
He needs a triple to complete the cycle.
Oh, wow.
So
he's got the legs to do it, too.
Yeah. I think, not that I'm a prolific home run hitter up here. I would argue that the triple is definitely the hardest leg to get of it.
Yeah, it's got to be. Most rare. Cosby talking to Engel out there. Maybe trying to settle him down. Another thing is the night has kind of fallen in here at center field, and that can make it difficult to see signs. So I wonder if they're going to go to body signs.
Yeah, no, you're probably spot on with that. Potentially breathing out the wrong eyelid or something like that as well.
Tarver ready to dig in. 2 runners in scoring position. He'd like to get a hit here and inch him closer to that 20 mark. Engel comes, set the 0-0 pitch. That one misses low and inside. Count 1-0. Here it is from Engel. Outside corner. Looked painted to me, but called a ball. This one lifted to fairly deep left center field. Rollins trying to track it down, and he does track it down for the 3rd and final out down there in the hole. So another 0 on the board, only the 2nd time that's happened this game. The score remains 17-5. We'll be back. The crowd has thinned out a little bit here at center field. The score a little bit out of hand, 17-5, Wesleyan leading. Grayson Whaley alongside John Broyles bringing you this presentation. Stay tuned after this half inning. JB and myself will kind of break down the last 4 years here at Bryan and our experiences. So stay tuned for what that holds.
Oh, good.
Danny Marquez sends this one up the elevator shaft, flirting with foul territory. And I guess it stays in play, but no play is made. Nothing in one against Marquez, who homered earlier. The 0-1 pitch. Big swing. Nothing to show for it.
Again, I'm not allowed to say. Big swing. I'm not going to say anything about it. Keep my mouth shut again.
Maybe you do, because last time you hit one.
Very aggressive hitter. You know, definitely. I made the joke earlier. It's like pull side bombs is a big thing from him.
This one shot to Sarah at short. Over there to first for out number 1.
Well, so it doesn't work every time.
Kiko Garcia, the senior, will get an at-bat in this 12-run game. And I made a joke to JB in between innings, like, it's about time for us to get the call, isn't it?
Yeah, hey, look, I'm telling you right now, if the coaches are somehow listening to this, my phone is on the Game Changer app, so I'm constantly available to, you know, rumble, tumble, stumble my way down there.
This one misses high.
Nice to see Kiko getting AB here, being a senior. Definitely a guy who he's had some memorable moments as a Bryan.
Oh, yeah.
Bryan, some big-time home runs, and, you know, hey, just a great guy all around. And talk about I guess a Renaissance man is a way to talk about him. He can do it all. Musically, incredibly talented, and again, just you can't talk about what kind of a guy he is.
The 1-2 pitch to Garcia. Misses low and outside. Yeah, and that thing that comes to my mind is his pinch hit home run streak last year.
It was insane.
Seems like every time
Absolutely
he came in,
insane.
he hit a home run. The 2-2 pitch on its way. That one misses outside.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to root for, and that little streak last year was just so rewarding, and you know, love seeing him get a little energetic up there.
3-2 pitch swung on. It's gonna be fouled off. Looks like Mr. Nolan Reinhardt's gonna be on that one.
Is he qualified for that?
Count still full to Garcia. This one's going to miss inside, so he draws the base on balls. And that flips the lineup over to Cosby. And this more than likely, well, maybe not, but it could be the last at-bat for Parker Cosby here at center field.
Yeah, and we kind of hinted at his career. He's been, you know, I wouldn't say he's always been the best player on the team just because, like, from pure talent, but, like, just in terms of he is one of the dudes on the team where it's just Bryan only gets as far as Parker Cosby goes. He, a little bit of a lead, just always been a leader just by how he works out, how he, you know, he just brings a certain energy with him. Absolutely.
He's done a tremendous job over his tenure here at Bryan. The 0-1 pitch sent into right field. It's drifting. It's going to be caught out there from Webster. It'll send Garcia back to first. So Garcia is actually going to get to put that oven mitt on and run bases this time.
Oh, boy, we have talked about that oven mitt. Kiko is not known for being nimble or quick foot. What is it? I don't even – how would Bill Belichick talk about it, I guess? But he carries around the oven mitt. Like, I swear, if he's in the outfield, he's wearing the oven mitt. And I don't think he's one of the guys that really needs one.
Never know.
Yeah, who am I to say? I'm not allowed to dive head first, man. The surgeon told me that.
Wow.
Just don't tell a pitcher that.
I've never thought of that. The 0-1 pitch misses.
Yeah, you can, you know, not to talk about my glory days. My dives back into first after I was about 14 got ugly real quick. And my dad and my coaches would let me hear about it every time.
Big swing from Og.
But yeah, that's just my trauma. You know, no big deal.
Count 1-2 to Og. Jake Sargent. Comes set. 1-2 pitch. Misses inside.
Definitely not afraid to throw inside. He a couple of off-speed counts. He's really worn out that inside half.
He's pretty much been dominant since he's been in the game. Him and both him and Pompidi. This one up the middle, a double play ball. Well, there's already 2 down. Flips it to second for the 3rd out. So the score remains 17-5. And yeah, I guess there is a run rule on. So that'll be it. So please stay tuned, JB. Let's go ahead and obviously we lost this one 17-5. That's going to bring our record to 27-12. Improves Tennessee Wesleyan to 32-6. But let's just break down the past 4 years and obviously your time up here in the booth.
I mean, it's been a wonderful time. Just getting the chance to, let's look at it just from a baseball perspective first. Just getting the chance to play some more baseball has been an absolute blessing. I talk about my shoulders too much, but I know personally, I've been through 4 shoulder surgeries, and having the chance to come here, play baseball, and, obviously that's not my biggest takeaway from it. The guys that I've been able to play with, and the brothers that I've made, and the friends that I've met, it's just, Bryan's a special place, and it'll always mean a lot to me. I know you probably have similar feelings with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, on behalf of myself and the viewers at home, JB, we just appreciate you so much for coming up here, stepping up, and being a tremendous addition to the broadcast this year. It's meant a lot.
Yeah, well, I can tell you just from that other side where I'm usually down at that table down there, and I can say regardless if Bryan was playing well last year, if they're playing poorly, I mean, people tuned in to listen to Grayson Whaley talking about baseball, and just how genuine you are, and just it's just been it's been so much fun, and the splash zone phrase, I think I really hope we could see you back up here, but if not, I think that's just I think that's something that'll continue on for generations.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and just to kind of give viewers a sneak peek, something is trying to get in the works to where I could come back here and maybe do this full time, but we'll see. Nothing's guaranteed. But over the past couple years, I've greatly appreciated each and every one of you who have watched these live streams. It has meant a tremendous amount to me. I've been blessed to be able to do this over the last couple years, and it has been a childhood dream come true. I remember just watching TV, listening to guys like Joe Buck and Gus Johnson, and even radio like Bob Kessler and Mike Keith. I dreamed of doing it as a kid, and for the Bryan Athletic Department to kind of make that childhood dream come true to an extent has been a tremendous blessing to me. And it's a sad farewell, but hopefully it's a see you later. It's been an awesome time up here, JB.
It sure has. I mean, you've made your impact on Bryan, and I think that anywhere you go on Bryan, you're gonna hear great things about Grayson Whaley.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm trying to finish this out without getting a little too emotional, but once again, thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Bryan College Baseball. It's the Lions fall in this one 17-5 for John Broyles and Grayson Whaley. Thank you once again for tuning in and all your support over the last couple years. Farewell, my friends. I'll see you next time. God bless. Have a great night.
Speaking of representing the college tremendously during their time here and will all be grateful for, we will now introduce the Bryan College baseball team. First up, Christian Allen. Christian is a civil engineering major from Central Tennessee. He graduated with an engineering degree last year and is currently pursuing his MBA. He has been a team favorite since he's got to Bryan due to his positive nature and his high energy personality. After graduation, Christian plans to continue to work for Wesleyan Associates Engineering Service. He is here with his parents, Johnny and Trent Allison. Christian Allen.
Yeah. Well, you know why? It's because last time we had a kid that's difficult. Oh, hey, Cass.
John Burrows. John is a biotechnology major here from American Tennessee. A team favorite, we're excited to announce that John will be rejoining the line next year as a graduate student while pursuing an MBA before going into the healthcare field. Preparing for Greg and Helen Broyles. John Broyles.
So I'm excited. About the time to retire, It was good. We had a good time.
Pat is an EHS licensure major from Marshall, Tennessee. After transferring to Bryan in 2020, he has been a 3-year starter for Lions and will go down as the best defensive first baseman in the program. After graduation, Pat plans to continue playing baseball in either an independent league or overseas, before pursuing a coaching job at Beacon TV.
She does a good job running up and down the court.
Blue People, and along with Michelle Davis and Stepdad Kendall. Bass Cooper.
It's been good. We're not much to
Trevor Ferguson. Trevor is a business administration major from Marshall, Tennessee. Trevor has made 79 appearances for the Lions during his 5 years here, which included the shortest COVID season. After graduation, Trevor plans to work in the accounting department while being an assistant high school baseball coach in Marshall. Trevor's parents are John and Tasha. He is also here with his girlfriend Alexis. Trevor Ferguson.
They're working on something, but I told him, I said, regardless, because I told him, I said, you know, I'm not.
He goes to psychology major and a Bible minor from Holland, Illinois. He's been a pivotal part of the Lions lineup for the last several years and a major part of the Bryan's chapel program during that time as well. After college, Chico plans to live in Nashville to pursue a career in professional counseling and music
Can't get that back.
His parents are Richard and Alicia Garcia, brother David, and girlfriend Alicia. Kiko Garcia.
Just trying to just take enough time that we don't
Joey Leon. Joey is a psychology major from Knoxville, Tennessee. He's been a servant leader and a hard worker from the moment he stepped foot on campus and will leave a great legacy. After graduating, Joey will begin working his master's degree. His parents are Bob and Liz Leon. He is also here with his sister Brittany, brother Don, and son Adam. And Joey's girlfriend Pam. Joey Leon. Tanner Miller. Tanner is a finance and economics major from Texas, Tennessee. After transferring to Bryan from Tech State, Tanner has been an impact pitcher for the Lions and is currently top 5 in the AAC and ERA in wins. After graduation, Tanner plans to go to work as a financial advisor. Tanner Miller.
I'm not. Good seeing you.
Ethan Wallace. Ethan is an economics and finance major
No,
from
and
Wesleyan,
you know, I miss so much
Ethan has
from
been a big part of the
and I
Lions
can't,
pitching
you know,
rotation
and
during
I
this year.
apologize.
After graduation, Ethan plans to get married in July and go to work. His dad is Steve
Great
Walls
seeing you as always.
and
Take
Mom
care.
Terry Terry. Ethan's fiance is Kristen Warren. Ethan Walls. Grayson Willis. Grayson is a history and secondary education major from Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Grayson has pitched for the Lions for 4 years, but lately is most known by his voice. If you have listened to a Lions baseball or basketball game in the last 2 years, you will realize how fantastic the play-by-play announcer was. You can thank Grayson. He has been incredible as the voice of the Lions. After college, he hopes to continue his broadcasting career or teach and coach baseball. His parents are Gene and Krista Willis and girlfriend Hannah. Grayson Willis. Cameron Harvey. Cameron is a mechanical engineering major from Statesboro, Georgia. Cam has thrown 136 games and 53 appearances in his 4 years at Bryan and has been a constant starter during the majority of his career here. After graduation, he is looking at possibly continuing his playing career before moving on to pursue a career in design of aerodynamic performance for aircraft. His parents are Horace and Glenn Harvey and sister Faith. Cam Harvey. Parker Cosby. Parker is a criminal justice major from Wesleyan, California. Including the shortened COVID season, Parker has started in 211 games for the Lions to date. During that time, he has 686 at-bats with a 330 batting average and a 475 on-base percentage. For the last 2 years, Parker has had the honor of wearing the number 5, reserved for the Bryan baseball player who most embodies the hard-working leader hopefully going to his management apprenticeship in order to become a dairy linesman. Preparing for Dario Kamikaze and Deacon Hership, along with his girlfriend Denver Harper Cox. To celebrate our seniors on sports PR classes, giving them personalized baseball cards.
Get some clean on wear clean socks and go, baby. Hey, I'll see y'all Friday. Y'all have a good day. You too.
Please give a round